Mel Gibson took some time to discuss his upcoming film Father Stu in this interview that, towards the end of it, went completely south. It went completely off the deep end, and I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about this interview after you watch it here. I do have the video clip to show you guys, but basically, it seemed to be going okay, and then towards the very end of this interview, it just, it's super weird what happened, and I don't even know exactly how I feel about it yet, but we're gonna get right into it and see what this is all about. Mel Gibson discusses suffering, pride, and redemption in promotion of upcoming film, shuts down interview when asked about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. And to me, it kind of seems like to me that it was kind of like a weird, a weird moment where they were trying to catch Mel Gibson off guard about it. I don't know if that is indeed the case or not. I don't really trust any journalists out there. I don't trust reporters. I don't trust the way that they ask their questions or anything. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like this was happening, but Gibson made an appearance on Jesse Waters' Prime Time to promote Father Stu, a film based on the real life of Father Stuart Long. Father Long is portrayed by Mark Wahlberg, while Gibson plays his father. It looks like a pretty interesting movie. I'm pretty excited to watch it, actually, and everything that I've been hearing about it, it sounds like it's pretty good. But let's go ahead and watch part of the interview here, and then I'll show you guys the end of the interview as well, and we'll kind of go from there.
Mel Gibson, thanks for joining Jesse Waters Prime Time at Fox.
Hey, Jesse, how are you?
I'm great. Have you had any time to watch Fox recently, or have you been a little busy?
I've been busy. I don't turn on the TV that much, to tell you the truth. I kind of know what's going on, but sometimes it's a little heavy.
Yeah, it is a little heavy. There's a lot of war and there's inflation, but we're going to get through this.
So to me, it does kind of feel like Mel Gibson totally does not want to be here. He's like, ah, man, I gotta do this stinking interview and talk about my film. Like, it's hilarious, but that's the way that Mel Gibson is coming off to me. Already, this reporter, Jesse Waters, is asking questions that are just dumb and nobody cares about, and you can just kind of get that vibe from Mel Gibson. He's just like, yeah, I don't want to be here, man. It's hilarious.
I watched your film this morning and I cried, and I'm not a crier. It was a very powerful movie, and tell me if I have it right, that this is all about suffering, and people suffer, have a choice. They can either be angry or they can be grateful, and if they're grateful, then they can receive God's grace. And that is what life is all about. Did I get it?
I think that's one of the main themes.
So basically they continue on, they talk about the film and stuff. Overall, what Mel Gibson had to say about the actual film was pretty good. I recommended going to listen to the interview for that. And it continued on. They talked about some stuff. Mel Gibson had some very interesting stuff to say towards the middle here, actually, that I kind of want to talk about a little bit.
You missed. I mean, I got 9 kids, and I haven't been a perfect parent. But it's, I have realized on a few occasions that you can kind of go back and fix stuff if you missed it the first time around,
It is never too late to turn things around, and that's what the film was about. This guy found himself and turned himself around, and one of the ways he did that was also by finding love, not just finding God, but through actual love. Do you feel that when you do find...
So anyway, so you get the picture, they talk about the film and stuff, and then we get to the end of the interview where something absolutely bizarre just happens. It's so weird how this interview closes out. Let's go ahead and get to that, and we'll take a look and see what happens here about that.
The easier it's going to be in your life. And as I say, hard jump to make for a lot of us, even me, and I kind of understand the process.
You understand it probably better than a lot of people with your career, and I was wondering if, you had been the one that jumped up out of his seat and slapped Chris Rock, if you would have been treated the same way, Mel.
Hello, Jesse. Thank you. That's our time.
Have you ever thought about that?
Thank you, Jesse.
Okay.
That is our time.
Well, Mel, thank you very much for joining Jesse Waters Prime Time, and we really appreciate it. April 13th. The movie drops, Father Stu. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
So, so that happened. Oh man. So awkward. And like, I hate, the interview is going just fine. Like, they were talking about Mel Gibson's film. I'm sure that's all that Mel Gibson was wanting to talk about. I mean, it's very clear, even from the beginning of this interview, Mel Gibson isn't here for the drama. He's not here for the celebrity Hollywood elite drama. He doesn't care about that. He wants to talk about his movie. That's what he wants to talk about. And then Jesse Waters starts bringing up this whole Will Smith versus Chris Rock situation, and I'm sick and tired of talking about it at this point. I'm like, I'm done talking about Will Smith. I'm done talking about Chris Rock. I don't want to talk about it anymore. And that's the way that it comes off to me. You're like, let's watch that part again here and see Mel Gibson's reaction here and to the question.
You understand it probably better than a lot of people with your career, and I was wondering if, you had been the one that jumped up out of his seat and slapped Chris Rock, if you would have been treated the same way, Mel.
Mel Gibson's like, okay, well, obviously we're done talking about my movie. Time to shut this down now, all right? Mel Gibson isn't here for the bullshit. That's all that boils down to at the end of the day. He's not here for any of that. He's done. He wants to make his movies and do his thing and be left alone. That's what it comes off to for me at least. Jesse Waters asking this question was just like, come on, man. Like, did you think this was clever? Like, what were you going for here? If I was being super sinister here or super cynical and stuff, I would be saying that Jesse Waters was asking this question as kind of like some sort of like, I don't know, entrapment for Mel Gibson, some sort of like, I don't know, like a weird, trying to catch him to saying something terrible or something, type of situation. That's what it comes off to me. And Mel Gibson just being like, yeah, okay, we're done. Great response. I think that Mel Gibson is totally in the right here for this. He doesn't need to answer this question. Just stop, okay? Like, reporters, just stop being so cringe. Seriously. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Leave a like. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this situation, and I'll talk to you in another video very soon. Bye.